Okay, so today we're going to see how to help students prepare for the internal assessment in Language B independently. Okay, so obviously this is in English, but I will be using the target language with the students according to what language they're preparing for. So, first of all, using AI. In this video, you will see how we can make an ethical use of AI and how students can actually use AI to prepare instead of cheating, instead of asking AI to do all the work for them. Okay, so first prompt we're going to use is this one to help them have a richer vocabulary and to be able to use specific words according to their internal assessment. So whether they are at SL level, therefore using pictures for the first and the second part of their internal assessment, or whether they are at HL level discussing text. Okay, so the first prompt is create a list of as many words as they need. I would always suggest 10 because they're asking for keywords. So if they can use 10 words to develop their presentation, for example, that is more than enough. Or to discuss, and then at that point, they will introduce the theme if they are preparing, for example, for the second part of the exam where any theme is going could be discussed, or if they're talking about the theme relating to the picture they have chosen or the text. Okay, so this is one option, and they can upload in the artificial intelligence they're using. They can write the theme, they can upload the picture they want to practice with, or the text from the list they have studied in the classroom. Then another way is to prepare for the conversation. For the conversation, what do they need? They need ideas about possible questions they're going to be asked. Therefore, they will ask the artificial intelligence to create a list of, there again, I suggest 10, but since we are talking about questions, it could also be just 5 questions, because then they will elaborate in their answers for a short reflective conversation on, and there again, it will be the students to decide whether they want to insert an IB theme, a picture at SL level, or a text. And at that point, the artificial intelligence will offer them a list of questions that they will use just to respond and practice. Another way they can use artificial intelligence to prepare is to actually have the conversation with the artificial intelligence, because they can ask to create an interactive conversation with me, so the artificial intelligence knows that the interaction is going to be live with questions on, and there again they will choose the IB theme, the picture they have chosen, or the text. And we're going to see a few examples. Okay, so let's see now how exactly we can use this prompt and what they will provide us. Okay, so let's write create a list of 10 keywords to discuss identity within the IB internal assessment. Okay, let's see what keywords we can get. Okay, so the keywords we are finding here are self-perception, cultural heritage, belonging, and so on and so forth. The students will also get a little definition so they also understand the words that they are going to use in their um, internal assessment, in their preparation, really, because they are not exactly using this at the internal assessment. Okay, then I am going to show you another list of questions this time. Okay, so I'll write create a list of key questions to practice and interact in a conversation for the internal assessment at the standard level on this image about identity. Okay, so what I need to do now is to go and look for a picture about identity. Let's say I am talking about American identity. Okay, American identity. I go and I look for an image. Let's see what I can get. And then I look for an image I may use. Okay, and I like this image. For example, I copy it, I go back to ChatGPT, I paste the picture, and I ask my question. I forgot to tell ChatGPT how many questions, so I'm going to ask for 5 questions. Let's see what we get. Obviously, it's taken a little longer because we also have an image, and there we go. Okay, so let me say in English, because I forgot to say in English, even though my question was in English and I didn't say use Spanish, but we're going to see what happens. Okay? Perfect. Okay. So let's see again the image that I had sent, which is this one, where we see several people becoming American citizens. And let's go to see the questions our students can practice with. Okay. What kind of event do you think is shown in the image? What details help you understand this? How is national identity represented in the image? As you see, these are several different questions that students will be able to use to practice the conversation part of the internal assessment. Now I can just ask, can we interact in a conversation about this picture together? And it says, absolutely, let's do it. Okay. And we have ChatGPT asking the first question. So I can say, I believe this is a citizenship ceremony, and it is extremely defining of what American identity identity is. Okay, and then I just send it, and then the intelligence, the artificial intelligence, will respond to the student, and the students can keep going on and answering. They can also respond by using their voice to actually sort of mimic the exam situation. So the question here is, what elements in the image show this idea of American identity, and why do you think they are important? Well, for me, the most important part is that in the image you see a lot of different people with different backgrounds, and they are all going to become American. So this is showing how the United States are made of several different ethnicities. And as you see, the recording is going on, and then the students can just click this check and send the answer. Obviously, there was a lot of noise here. I got distracted, but you should see the point of what we are doing here by telling students that they can use this to practice at home and prepare for the internal assessment.